Well, I'm Jaginder Rana. So, topic of the day is rural and social sector obligations. Rural and social sector obligations. As part of the comprehensive review of regulations being undertaken by Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, to enhance the ease of doing business and also reduce compliance burden for stakeholders, while also ensuring that interest of policyholders continues to be protected, insurance councils were asked to submit their recommendations through the regulations review committee constituted by them. So the recommendations of the industry have been deliberated internally. It was viewed that a new strategy is necessary to achieve the objective of insurance for all by 2047. So a fresh approach in order to achieve the objectives enshrined in section 32B, 32C and 32D of the Insurance Act 1938. So after necessary discussions, the draft of IRDAI Rural, Social Sector and Motor Third Party Obligations Regulations 2024 was formulated. Some major changes are like this. The unit of measurement of rural sector will now be Gram Panchayat. For life insurers, number of lives under individual policies and under group policies will be considered. For general insurers, numbers of individuals, dwellings under fire segment and number of vehicles under motor insurance segment will be counted. For general and standalone health insurance companies, number of lives separately under health insurance and personal accident will be taken into consideration for achieving the obligations. For life insurance, the minimum number of lives to be covered by all life insurers in all Gram Panchayats in the country shall be 30%. In each Gram Panchayat, subject to a minimum of 25,000 Gram Panchayats as driven by lead insurers in the first year. This increases to 40% lives subject to a minimum of 50,000 Gram Panchayats and 50% lives subject to a minimum of 75,000 Gram Panchayats in year 2 and 3 respectively. Then the general insurance, the minimum number of dwellings under fire insurance and vehicles under motor comprehensive and TP to be covered by all general insurers in all Gram Panchayats in the country shall be 30%. In each Gram Panchayat subject to a minimum of 25,000 Gram Panchayats as given by lead insurers in the first year. So this increases to 40% dwelling under the insurance and vehicle under motor comprehensive and TP subject to a minimum of 50,000 Gram Panchayats and 50% life subject to a minimum of 75,000 Gram Panchayats in year 2 and 3 respectively. For health insurance, the minimum number of lives under health and personal accident insurance to be covered by all general and standalone health insurers in all Gram Panchayats in the country shall be 30% in each Gram Panchayat, subject to a minimum of 25,000 Gram Panchayats as driven by lead insurers in the first year. This increases to 40% lives under health and personal accident insurance, subject to a minimum 50,000 Gram Panchayats and 50% lives under health and personal accident insurance, subject to a minimum of 75,000 Gram Panchayats in year 2 and 3 respectively. As far as social sector is concerned, the unit of measurement for social sector continues to be number of lives for all insurers. Since all insurers have been able to achieve the social sector obligations, the number of lives to be covered under social sector have been increased to 20% in year 1 after notification. Insurance business pertaining to government social security schemes such as Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, etc., where total premium is paid by the government without any contribution from the members. Beneficiaries covered shall be considered for rural and social sector obligations. Then insurance policies covering lives issued to BPL cardholders, Manrega cardholders, E-Shram cardholders, DBT beneficiaries, Ayushman Bharat cardholders, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana beneficiaries, Jan Dhan account holders, beneficiaries of PM Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana, PM Vishwakarma Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, etc. would qualify for social sector obligations. The microinsurance policies issued are eligible to be reckoned for social sector obligations, and most of the policies sold through Bima Bahag will be counted towards rural and social sector obligations. And then motor third party obligations. So with regard to motor third party insurance, the obligations are specified for goods carrying and passenger carrying vehicles, as nearly 50% of the vehicles in these two categories are uninsured. So they are important segments of motor insurance business and are exposed to third party claims. Every general insurer is therefore required to underwrite at least 20% increase over total number of goods carrying and passenger carrying vehicles as compared to what was covered in the last financial year, or 20,000 vehicles under these categories, or 10,000 vehicles in each category, whichever is higher. The coverage of new goods carrying and passenger carrying vehicles shall not be counted towards motor TP obligations. A motor TP obligation fulfillment shall be contributed by a renewal of the existing vehicles, and uninsured vehicles that are insured provided if the gap in insurance is at least 30 days. Every new insurer shall underwrite a minimum of 10,000 goods carrying and 10,000 passenger carrying vehicles in the first financial year of its operations. So any health, reinsurance, agriculture, export credit guarantee insurer is exempted from the applicability of Section 32D of Insurance Act 1938. Options to fulfill the obligations. The insurers are allowed to buy and sell the obligations from out of the surplus to the extent of 20%. And then insurers who has sold the obligations will continue to be the insurers and shall be responsible for servicing the insurance policy and settling claims under it. The exposure draft of the IRDAI Rural Social Sector and Motor Third Party Obligations Regulation 2024 enclosed the views and commitment of the various stakeholders and general public was invited over it. See, the most important aspect is this rural and social sector business is a mandatory part, because the insurance sector was opened up for private participation in 2000. For years now, the private players are active in the liberalized environment. So the insurance market has witnessed dynamic changes, which include presence of a large number of insurers, both life and non-life segments. Most of the private insurance companies have formed joint ventures collaborating well-recognized foreign players across the globe. So there are now 24 insurance companies operating in the Indian market in the life segment. 23 are private life insurers and 1 public life insurance. So under the provisions of Section 32B and 32C of the Insurance Act 1938, insurance companies are obliged to provide such percentage of business and may be specified by the IRDA, as may be specified by the IRDA. So for persons in the rural sector or social sector, workers in the unorganized or informal sector, for economically vulnerable or backward classes of the society and other categories of the person, as may be specified by the IRDA. So the IRDA has, in pursuance of the provisions of the above two section of the Insurance Act, issued the obligation of insurers to rural and social sector regulations 2000, which lays down that every insurer transacting general insurance business shall underwrite business in the rural sector to the extent of at least 2% of the total gross premium in the first financial year, or at least 3% of gross premium in the second financial year, and 5% of the gross premium in the third and further financial years. So the obligations include insurance for crops also. Now the question is, these all facilities are there, and the IRDA has asked the insurers to meet these obligations with the objective to meet insurance for all by 2047. The sector regulator issued a master circular directing the life and non-life players to do a certain percentage of business compulsorily towards meeting rural social sector and motor third-party obligations. So all life insurers shall insure a minimum percentage of lives in identified and allocated gram panchayats. The master circular on rural social sector and motor third-party obligations said. The Life Insurance Council, in consultation with the Ministry of Panchayati Raj, will identify Gram Panchayat for fulfilling rural sector obligations. Upon identification of Gram Panchayat, this council should indicate the minimum number to be allocated to each insurer based on mutually agreed parameters such as market share or any other parameter. So after the finalization of the first Gram Panchayat for each insurer, the council should share the list with the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. Similarly, the general insurers and health insurance players would be allocated Gram Panchayat in consultation with the General Insurance Council. So there are presently 40 general insurance companies, including 5 standalone health insurance companies in the country. So IRDA in 2022 committed to enable insurance for all by 2047, where every citizen has an appropriate life, health and property insurance cover, and every enterprise is supported by appropriate insurance solutions. But to attain this objective, efforts are being made towards creating a progressive, supportive, facilitative and forward-looking regulatory architecture to foster a conducive and competitive environment, leading to wider choice, accessibility and affordability to policyholders. But the RDAI is planning to change norms on rural social sector and motor third-party obligations for the insurers. The regulator proposed to keep Gram Panchayat as the unit for measurement of rural sector obligations. As for life insurers, number of lives under individual policies and under group policies will be considered, while for general insurers, number of individuals dwelling under fire segment and number of vehicles under motor insurance segment will be counted. So as per the proposed norms, the minimum number of lives to be covered by all life insurers and all Gram Panchayat in the country shall be 30% in each Gram Panchayat, subject to a minimum of 25,000 Gram Panchayats as driven by the lead insurer in the first year. This increased to 40% lives subject to a minimum of 50,000 Gram Panchayats and 50% lives subject to a minimum of 75,000 Gram Panchayat in year 2 and 3 respectively. This increases for general insurers the minimum number of dwelling under fire insurance and vehicles under motor comprehensive and TP to be covered by all general insurers in all Gram Panchayats in the country will be 30% in each Gram Panchayat, subject to a minimum of 25,000 Gram Panchayats as driven by lead insurers in the first year. So explaining the rationale behind proposed changes, IRDAI said the aim is to enhance the ease of doing business and also reduce compliance burden for stakeholders, while also ensuring that interest of policyholders continue to be protected. It was viewed that a full strategy is necessary to achieve the objective of insurance for all by 2047. So, to ensure easy accessibility of insurance product to all. These steps are taken by the insurance regulator. These regulations stipulates a minimum requirement of rural and social sector insurance, such as life insurance, general insurance, health insurance, and motor insurance, that insurers must underwrite. The scope of social sector is extended to cover card holders and beneficiaries under various schemes. Thank you very much.